Symptomless transmission, asymptomatic transmission, is the reason for the lockdown, is the reason for the quarantine, is the reason for the social distancing and everybody having to wear masks, because nobody can tell who is shedding because it spreads without symptoms, we were told. By who? So that's why we lock down, because this is a unique virus that spreads without sniffles. And so, but on June the 8th, asymptomatic spread of coronavirus is very rare. Who says? Wow. On June the 8th, they're asking her a question, and they ask and they say, well, we know about your recommendations that these symptomless transmission can happen. How's it doing? And she said, well, so far, all our experiments and results show that symptomless transmission is very rare, she told reporters. Boy, that's a reason to party. The whole world was about to stop the shutdown and take off the masks and start partying again. You need sniffles to be spreading. Wow, just like the regular flu. And we could treat it just like the regular flu. But on June the 9th, they walked it back and they said, oh, we're not sure that it's very rare. And the girl said, yeah, it's not the official policy. The official WHO policy is that it can spread asymptomatically for 2 weeks. And I was just answering a reporter's question, trying to tell him what we'd found. Oh, so you found experimental data that proved your original theory was wrong. Wow. And the next day, you walk it back and say, keep social distancing, keep wearing masks, keep quarantining until we can be sure that there's no symptomless transmission that we haven't found so far. Okay, they walked it back. They said, trust our models. Our models expect some, even if we ain't been able to find any. Okay, 2 weeks later, the media didn't ask, hey, have you found anything to disprove your original conclusion that it's extra rare, very rare? Oh, not yet, but we're still looking hard. So keep wearing the masks. 4 weeks later, the media doesn't ask, hey, you found anything yet that says it's not very rare? No, not yet, but we're still looking. Hang on, keep those masks on. 6 weeks later, hey, the media didn't ask, have you found any reason to disprove it's very rare again? No, not yet, but keep those masks on. We're still looking. 8 weeks later, hey, what you found? Is it very rare or not? We're not sure yet. We're still looking, so keep the masks on. 11 weeks later, now we can say, is it very rare? And they're going to say, well, we can't say it's not very rare, or it is. We haven't been able to determine that yet. So almost 3 months after they couldn't find anything, they still can't report that they found anything. But they want us to wait in case they do. Wow. And when you consider that this is the reason for the lockdown that's going to kill tens of millions of people around the planet, you shut down life support systems, there's going to be more starvation everywhere, okay? And lost medical cases and lost procedures and all sorts of abuses and extra murders and extra overdoses, all those millions of extra deaths, all based on a lockdown, based on a lie. Now, it is very rare. They haven't found any in 11 more weeks after stating they hadn't found any already. And now, after 11 weeks of all this pain and angst, how are we going to get them off our backs? So, the problem is, who are the guys who originally came up with the theory that said that we had to lock down because this stuff spread asymptomatically, unlike any other virus? Who came up with that model that was so wrong that caused the death of millions of people around the planet? Who came up with that model? And then when the model was proven wrong by experiment, who decided to keep pushing the model over the experimental results? So they hadn't found anything back in June the 8th, and almost 3 months later, they ain't found anything yet. So they conned us into locking down, putting on masks, social distancing, quarantining over a hoax theory with blood on their hands.